Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture. In this episode, we are summarizing the 11th episode from Season 2 of the Sopranos series titled House Arrest. It was written by Terrence Winter and directed by Tim Van Patten. The episode first aired on March 26, 2000. In the beginning, we see Neil Mink, Tony's lawyer, has advised him to stay away from the crime being committed by his crew. Tony decides to back away from the spotlight and begins spending more time at home. Of course, he grows bored from being home, eating ice cream, and reading newspapers all day. He then decides to spend some time at his office at Barone Sanitation. While at Barone Sanitation, Tony establishes an illegal basketball gambling racket and ends up having an affair with his office assistant, Connie. At the end, however, he is still bored and desperately misses being in the field like he used to be. We have also seen over the last couple of episodes how Tony's life has been affecting Dr. Melfi directly. She has been drinking by herself and is under heavy stress. She also confesses to her therapist that she has been drinking between sessions on the days she has an appointment with Tony. She is changing physically to the point where even Tony tells her she looks like she's using drugs. Also, while eating dinner with her son one evening, Dr. Melfi flips out when a customer refuses to stop smoking near her. She even confesses to her therapist, Dr. Kupfenberg, that she is disgusted by Tony's life and actions. However, she is unable to drop him as a client. Dr. Melfi tells her therapist that however much she wishes to stop treating Tony, she is too curious and wants to hear more and more every time she sees Tony. Dr. Kupfenberg ends their session by prescribing her some medicine and recommends that she stops seeing Tony altogether. In another scene, Uncle Junior and Richie Aprile are continuing to sell drugs on Tony's legitimate garbage business routes. Tony's head manager at Barone Sanitation tells Tony that they are having a problem with Richie Aprile. Once Tony finds out Richie is still selling on his routes, he approaches him and warns him of how dangerous it would be for them if the FBI and DEA found out about his activity. Tony is really concerned because his legitimate business is Barone Sanitation and he does not want to risk blowing his cover over some drug deals. Richie looks at Tony and walks away in disgust. This exchange causes Tony to have a panic attack yet again. Shortly after, he sees his sister Janice acting in a loving manner toward her fiance Richie, and Tony feels sorry for him instead. Remember, I am summarizing the entire series, so subscribe and click on that notification bell to be reminded when I upload the next episode. I will be reviewing other TV shows and movies as well, so let me know what your favorite TV show and movie is so I can summarize it in the future. Doing these two things helps my channel out tremendously. Thank you for your support. Regardless of what Tony said to him, Uncle Junior continues selling drugs on Tony's routes. Junior's reasoning is that he needs the extra income for his legal expenses and medical bills. When Junior heads over to the hospital, he bumps into Catherine Romano. Catherine is an old school friend of Junior's and his brother, Johnny Boy Soprano, Tony's father. Catherine used to go to class with Johnny back when they were students. Catherine is a widow now, and her son is a detective. When Junior notices her, however, he tries to act like he doesn't recognize her. Junior does this because he is a bit ashamed of his current health conditions and the fact he is on house arrest. Junior musters up the courage to call her eventually, and she arrives to take care of him as they reminisce together. We see both Catherine and Junior develop a strong bond due to their common past, age, and current health conditions. Catherine asks Junior if her husband, who was a law enforcement officer, was ever corrupt because she remembers always finding cash in his pockets. Junior, of course, says no, staying true to the Omerta code, and that he was a straight shooter and probably made the cash from gambling at the racetrack. Later on, we see Dr. Melfi speaking to Tony about a condition called alexithymia. Dr. Melfi tells Tony that perhaps he is struggling because he himself cannot be still. Alexithymia, according to Melfi, is a condition where antisocial personality types seek ceaseless action as a way of distracting themselves from the past pain and traumas they carry deep in their psyche. Here, Tony realizes the cause of his recent faints and skin rashes. Tony has been away from the ceaseless action he craves as the boss of his crime family. In one scene, we see Silvio calling Tony while he is at home to tell him about a recent score they made on an old World War II equipment crate. Tony smiles and is ecstatic to hear the news. This scene with Dr. Melfi also explains to the viewer how Tony has been using Dr. Melfi all along. When Tony asks her what happens to these antisocial types if they remain inactive, Dr. Melfi replies that they eventually crash. This is exactly what Tony needs to hear in order to continue climbing up the ladder of his life of crime. Tony's lawyer told him in the beginning of the episode that he should stay away from crime in order to ward off the FBI and DEA. The physicians he speaks to about his skin rash and faints cannot treat him either. Tony uses Dr. Melfi yet again to improve as the true traumatized criminal he is. Tony's struggle to work an average job at Barone or be in his house like an ordinary citizen causes him to have additional panic attacks. In the end, Tony heads back to Satrialis as this is the only true way he knows how to stay active, according to Dr. Melfi. Here we see Christopher is back to full health. Chris and the rest of the crew welcome Tony back to the front lines. Tony feels right at home and smiles again. They hear a sudden crash outside. Tony instructs Silvio to handle the situation by speaking to Carmine, who has been speeding in the neighborhood. After this, we see FBI agent Harris approaches Tony for small talk. Tony now feels right at home again. That was episode 24, titled House Arrest. To watch the next or previous episode summary, click on the link in the description or at the end of this video. Don't forget, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button if you enjoyed this summary. Every like helps me grow this channel tremendously. I'll see you on the next one.
Look, you're flexing!
We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.